Hey guys, Moo here. I was having issue on StoneBlock 4 trying to figure out how chickens actually work because I'm used to the older Roost mod where you have to basically get the chickens, you breed them to the 111, 222, 323, so on and so forth until you get the 10 chicken, right? Well, Roost mod here on StoneBlock 4 is 100% different. So I have created this little world and I'm going to show you kind of the starting point on how everything works. And it's honestly not that hard. I thought it was actually going to be a bit more difficult, but it's really not. So obviously, you need the chicken, and then you're going to need other items, right? So items you're going to need is, for instance, you're going to need the crafting stick, which is an egg, a stick, and a feather. You're going to want multiple of these. You're gonna want at least three. Uh, and that's just to start with. I would recommend going ahead and getting at least four. Main reason, actually, no, you need, sorry about that. I recommend you have at least five to start with. And honestly, you're probably gonna want even more than that. Basically, after you make the chicken stick, you're gonna go ahead and make you some roosts. Roosts are very simple. It's the planks with the composter. I think that's a little bit different than what the original one was. 'Cause I think you used hay bales. The original composter is being simple with the 7 planks in the U shape. After that, you're gonna want breeders. Breeders is gonna be getting the actual chickens, which you just take the chicken stick and you right click on a chicken and boom, you have the chicken that you need. So you're gonna need a lot of chickens too. Uh, but chicken roost with the stick, and that gives you the breeders. Now, from the breeder standpoint, you're gonna want to get 3 breeders. You're gonna want 2 blaze rods, a clock, 2 gold carrots, and an anvil. That is going to get you the chicken trainer. The chicken trainer is how you're going to level up your chickens to get better yield on their drops and all that. Um, just as an added note, it does take the same seed required for the actual chicken. So the standard base chicken is a tier 1 chicken. So you need tier 1 seeds in order to get them to their full level of 128. There's 20 stacks of the actual seed. Um, and to get the actual seeds, you need to get a chicken soul, 4 iron dust, and 4 seeds. This recipe will yield 4 seeds. So I recommend going ahead and getting a little bit more. I started with a stack on my own personal world. Uh, the breeder from earlier is going to be the same way. You're putting the chickens in here to breed those chickens. I've only put basic chickens in here just to kind of give the example, but it uses the same tier seed that you need in order to get that chicken. So if you need a tier 2 chicken, you need tier 2 seeds, and so on and so forth. In order to get the chicken soul, what you do is after you've made the soul extractor, which is 2 crafting tables, 2 bones, 2 furnace, 2 bottles, and another chicken stick, you get the soul extractor. You get the chicken that you right clicked with the stick, pop it in. After a few seconds, you get your chicken soul. See, we got the chicken soul. Now, good thing about the seeds, just crouch down a few times and they grow out instantly, and you get an extra yield. You can make yourself a full farm of just tier 1 seeds, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, it's really not that difficult. The only thing that you're going to have to keep doing is you're going to need a lot of seeds. 1 to train up the chickens, 2 to breed the chickens, 3 to feed the chickens in order to actually get the extractions. So, like, if I were to pop that in there, I'm not getting any yield from this chicken right now because it doesn't have seeds. So, to get the seeds, pop it in, boom, we got egg. So, basic chicken, you get an egg. And resources vary depending on what the chicken is. I would also go ahead and recommend doing at least 2 chicken trainers, which means you're going to need 4 blaze rods. So you're going to need to go to the nether dungeons in order to get those blaze rods. Check out those chests in the Nether dungeons, because if you can get the combination of those chests done perfectly, then you get better yield, and you might not even have to worry about fighting any blazes and potentially die and have to run all the way back and so on and so forth. But hopefully this little tutorial kind of gave you a small little um intro into the mod. It's really not that difficult once you actually start figuring everything out. Like I said, the only big thing you need to worry about is just keeping a constant supply of seeds. So you're going to be spending a lot of time farming those seeds. Just one last thing though, if you're curious about the item dust, best way that I figured was to go ahead and make the immersive engineering hammer, and then just use iron ingots, and you get the dust that way. So hopefully this little tutorial helped you. If it did, please leave a like. If you have any comments or questions or anything like that, put them down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel and you want to see some future uploads. I am currently doing a StoneBlock 4 uh, playthrough on a hardcore-ish difficulty, where instead of just a one and done death, it is 10 deaths and then the world is completely done. This way I don't just die after like the first hour playing and then get sad because I have to start over. So yeah. But like or comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And I will see you on my next upload. Later guys.